you can feel it when the room is fake. The over-the-top compliments, the forced laughs, the way people light up only when someone important walks in. You leave drained, wondering, is this what adult friendships and networking are supposed to feel like? Here's the truth. Your network is your environment, and your environment is quietly programming your future. If you're surrounded by fake people, you start playing fake games. You censor yourself. You chase clout instead of character. You forget what it feels like to be real. This video is your network upgrade plan, not some cheesy cut everyone off speech. A step-by-step strategy to attract better people, remove fakeness, and become the kind of person genuine humans want around. By the end, you'll have a clear blueprint to clean up your social circle and build a life where the people around you actually match the person you're trying to become.
In this video, we're going to design a practical, realistic network upgrade plan, how to spot fake people, how to find better ones, and how to transform yourself into a magnet for authenticity. We'll break it down into simple moves you can start this week, online, at work, and in your personal life. No magical thinking, no just be yourself cliches. Real tactics. If you care about your future, this matters more than any productivity hack. Because the people around you decide what feels normal and what feels possible. So stick with me all the way to the end, because the final steps pull everything together into a daily system you can actually follow. And if you're into content about real self-improvement, long-term thinking, and building a better life, consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Now, let's start with the most uncomfortable truth about your current network.
Let's start with this. Your current network is not an accident, it's a mirror. It reflects your habits, your standards, your past decisions, and what you've been willing to tolerate. That doesn't mean you're a bad person if you're surrounded by drama or fakeness, but it does mean you've been participating in that environment. Maybe you've stayed in circles where gossip is normal. Maybe you've allowed people to talk over you, use you, or disappear when you need them. Maybe you've played along with flexing, pretending, or making yourself smaller to fit in. Before we upgrade anything, we need ruthless honesty. Who are the 5 people you spend the most emotional energy on? Not just time, emotional energy. Write their names down. For each one, ask, do I feel more real, more ambitious, more at peace after being with them, or more drained, insecure, and fake? This is your starting diagnostic, no judgment, just data. To upgrade your network, you must first detect fakeness clearly, without paranoia, without drama. Fake doesn't just mean people I don't like. Fake is when behavior and intention don't match. Here are some red flags. They're enthusiastic in public, distant in private. They appear only when there's attention, opportunity, or benefit. They listen just long enough to twist what you say into gossip. Your success makes them competitive, not supportive. Their values change depending on who's watching. Pay attention to patterns, not moments. Everyone has bad days. What matters is the default setting. Notice how you feel after interacting. More grounded or more performative? Do you replay the conversation in your head, worrying what they'll say about you when you leave? Your body often detects fakeness before your brain rationalizes it away. Tight chest, forced smile, exhaustion, that's valuable data. Start trusting it. Now let's define what better people actually means, because if you don't define it, you'll just chase status. Better people are not richer, more popular, or more impressive on social media. They're people whose default behavior pulls you upward. Look for these traits. Consistency. They're similar online, offline, and over time. Ownership. They admit mistakes instead of deflecting. Aspirations. They care about growth, not just entertainment. Emotional stability. They don't create constant chaos. Respect. They listen. They don't mock effort. They don't pressure you to violate your values. Ask yourself, if I spent 3 years around this person, who would I become? Better people don't have to be perfect or hyper-productive. They just need a pattern of honesty, effort, and kindness. Once you know what you're looking for, your brain stops chasing shiny personalities and starts noticing solid character. Here's the harsh reality. You cannot attract genuine, high-quality people while you're still playing fake games yourself. We all have fake tendencies, over-explaining, exaggerating stories, laughing at things we actually disagree with, pretending we're busier or more successful than we are. It's a protection mechanism. Your network upgrade starts with one question: where am I being fake? Maybe you post a life you don't live. Maybe you hide your real interests because they're not cool in your circle. Maybe you tolerate jokes that cross your boundaries so you don't seem sensitive. Pick one area where you'll practice radical honesty this month. Tell the truth about something small. Actually, I'm not into that. Or, I don't know enough about this topic. Or, that joke doesn't sit right with me. Authenticity is a muscle. The stronger you make it, the more fake people self-select out, and the more real ones recognize you as one of them. You don't need to burn bridges dramatically. You need to reallocate access. Think of your life like a house with multiple rooms. Public porch, social media, large group chats, casual acquaintances. Living room, colleagues, classmates, people you're getting to know. Kitchen table, close friends and collaborators. Bedroom, your inner circle, the ones who see your fears, failures, and dreams. Most people give bedroom access to people who belong on the porch. Your task: quietly reassign people to the correct rooms. You don't have to announce we're not friends anymore. Just limit how much personal information you share. Stop seeking emotional support from unreliable people. Decline invitations that always leave you drained. Instead, invest that freed up time and energy into people who've shown consistency and care. Network upgrades are more about repositioning than deleting. Subtle changes in access create massive changes in your emotional environment.
Great networks are built, not stumbled into. You need a targeting system. Start with 3 categories. 1. Peers, people at a similar stage with similar values. 2. Mentors, slightly or significantly ahead of you. 3. Collaborators, people with complementary skills and aligned goals. For each category, ask, where do these people actually spend time? Online, niche communities, specific subreddits, Discord servers, professional Slack groups, smaller creators' comment sections. Offline, meetups, interest-based clubs, volunteering events, workshops, co-working spaces. Avoid generic networking events where everyone is there to network. Look for places where people are doing things, not just talking about them. Then set a simple rule: 1 meaningful new interaction per week. Not collecting contacts. Actually talk, share value, ask thoughtful questions. Over a year, that's 50+ potential upgrades to your network, with 0 fake small talk required.
Here's how you start conversations without feeling salesy or fake. First, shift your mindset. You're not trying to impress. You're trying to understand. Curiosity is your superpower. Use specific context-based openers. I liked what you said about X. How did you learn that? I noticed you've been doing Y for a while. What's been the hardest part? I'm trying to improve in Z. Any advice you wish you'd had earlier? When they answer, actually listen. Reflect something back. So you're saying the key was share a small, honest piece of yourself in return, especially a struggle, not just a highlight. Quality people are bored by surface-level flexing. They're drawn to groundedness, clarity, and effort. End with a light, non-needy bridge. This was helpful. Mind if I follow you here? Or would you be open to grabbing coffee sometime and continuing this? That's it. No pitch, no performance, just human connection. To attract better people, you must become easy to read and easy to trust. That doesn't mean oversharing. It means your values, interests, and direction are visible enough that the right people can recognize you. Look at your online presence. Would a stranger know what you care about, beyond aesthetics and trending sounds? Start sharing signal instead of noise. Talk about what you're learning, not just what you've bought. Show the process, not just the highlight reel. Share your principles, what you say yes and no to. Offline, do the same. People shouldn't need to guess whether you're the type who gossips, ghosts, or takes responsibility. Your behavior should answer that quickly. When you're consistent, authentic people feel safe investing in you. Fake people often feel uncomfortable. They can't hook into drama or ambiguity. Clarity repels the wrong network and attracts the right one. Upgrade who you broadcast yourself to be. Boundaries are the firewall of your network upgrade plan. Without them, fake people leak into every part of your life. Here are 3 boundaries to implement immediately. 1. Time. Cap how long you stay in draining environments, parties, group chats, endless calls. Leave earlier than you usually do. 2. Information. Stop sharing sensitive plans, insecurities, or financial details with people who haven't earned that level of trust. 3. Behavior. Decide what you will no longer tolerate. Subtle insults, constant lateness, one-sided emotional dumping, and calmly call it out or walk away. You don't need to be aggressive. A simple, "I'm not okay with that," or "I've got to head out," is enough. At first, people will test your boundaries. The right ones will adjust. The wrong ones will either push harder or disappear. Either way, you win clarity and your network becomes healthier by default. Your network is not just friends and contacts. It's also the creators, thinkers, and voices you consume daily. If your feed is full of flexing, outrage, and shallow entertainment, don't be surprised if your offline network reflects that energy. Do a content reset. Unfollow accounts that trigger constant comparison, drama, or cynicism. Mute people you can't fully remove but don't want in your mental space. Follow creators who challenge you to think deeper, act better, and build something real. Treat podcasts, books, and long-form videos as mentors. Spend more time with people who build, not just talk. Over time, your taste will change. The old noise will feel unbearable. This silent network upgrade works in the background. As your inner world becomes calmer and more ambitious, you'll naturally be drawn to and noticed by people living at that level offline. Upgrading your network isn't a one-time purge. It's an ongoing practice. Here's a simple weekly system. 1. Audit. Spend 5 minutes reviewing your interactions. Who gave you energy? Who drained it? Write it down. 2. Adjust. Based on that list, decide one person to lean toward and one to lean away from this week. 3. Initiate. Reach out intentionally. Send a thoughtful message, share a resource, invite someone to collaborate or hang out. 4. Improve. Ask yourself, would I want to be friends with me this week? If not, what behavior needs upgrading? This system keeps you from drifting back into old patterns. Remember, you're not trying to assemble a perfect cast of characters. You're building a network where authenticity is normal, growth is expected, and fakeness has nowhere to breathe. Tiny weekly moves compound into a completely different social reality over a year. Let's lock in the key ideas so you can actually use them. First, your current network is a mirror, not an accident. Study it without drama. Who are your top emotional energy spenders, and how do they leave you feeling? Second, detect fakeness by misalignment between words and consistent behavior. Meanwhile, define what better people means for you. Consistency, ownership, growth, emotional stability, respect. Third, start with yourself.
Reduce your own fake behaviors and become easier to read and trust. Clarify your values, online and offline. Fourth, reassign access instead of burning bridges. Use the house rooms model and quietly shift who gets what level of you. Fifth, build a system. Intentional discovery, authentic outreach, stronger boundaries, and a weekly audit. Finally, upgrade your invisible network, your feed, your content diet, your mental mentors. Do these consistently, and your life's background cast will change, and with it, your future. Now it's your turn to actually run this network upgrade plan. Tonight, take 10 minutes and do the emotional energy audit. Write down your top 5 people, how you feel after seeing them, and one small boundary or shift you'll make this week. Then choose one place, online or offline, where you'll intentionally seek better people, not to impress them, but to learn, contribute, and connect honestly. If you found this breakdown useful, share it with one person who needs to hear that they're allowed to want better relationships. And if you want more long-form, no fakeness content on building a better life, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for upcoming deep dives. Comment below with one change you're making to your network this month. I actually read these, and your answer might help someone else. You don't need more followers, you need better people. Start upgrading quietly today.